How's everyone going? Cody back again, dropping another video. Right, guys, someone's asked me to do a video on sexual relationships in prison between, not between inmate to inmate, you'd be glad to hear, but between prison officers and prison inmates, i.e. female screws and male inmates and stuff, right? It does go on, surprisingly so. It shouldn't happen, right? Prisoners love it when it's happening, right? Prison officers don't like it so much, and the cat's always got a way of getting out of the bag. Everyone seems to find out about it. You know what I mean? Like if a prisoner's like having something to do with a screw, right? It's big talk on a wing. When you're in prison, right? Anyone that's been in prison will be able to relate to this. You become gossips in prison. We turn into old bags or something serious. But yeah, I've never had a sexual relationship with a screw myself. One of my former pad mates did, and I'll go into that a bit later. But yeah, like I say, sometimes a lad, if it's obvious that a female screw's taking a liking to the lad, the other cons will be like, listen, right, take one for the team, right? In other words, right, she might not be a looker. Right, you get a lot of good-looking female screws in prison as well, yeah, man. And there's a lot of female nurses within the prison as well that are all good-looking girls. When you've been locked up for weeks, months, years, right? Any little bit of female that comes across your path, mate, you're turning into like a fucking, like you strung like bull. You know what I mean? You fucking, you honest to God, that your standards, right, could go from up here, right, and when you're in prison, right, you'd be aiming down here. When you see ugly women, right, you just want to fuck them, right? And it's like I say, it's just the facts and stuff. It's not, if you, like I say, there was a lad that I was in prison with on my last stretch, right, and he said. Like there was a female nurse, right, that clearly quite liked him, right. He was in shape, he was in the gym all the time and all that stuff, right. He was on remand, yeah, looking at a big stretch for a drugs charge, yeah, big drugs charge, and she used to take a liking to him and stuff. And whenever you see her on the wing, she'd always be talking to him, right. Now, obviously, this don't go unnoticed by the rest of the cleaners and everything else, right. But he weren't banging her or anything. But he said, I wouldn't even look at her on the out. But obviously, like, inside, she's like a fucking supermodel, yeah, man, right? And like I say, but like I say, the lads will tell people if a screw's interested in a con, yeah, that we tell the con to go for it. Why? Because you can blackmail the fuck out of that screw, yeah, man, right? Obviously, there's a lot of mobile phones within prison and stuff, right? Now, if you can record, or the con that's starting to see a screw, if he can record anything of the screw, right, whether it's sexual contact, groping, whatever, right, or the screw, or the, like, he can film any part of that, he can then blackmail that screw to bring in drugs, right? We're cons at the end of the day. What do you expect from us, right? It's a fucking, we use every situation to our advantage, guys, right? It's as simple as that. So yeah, so like I say, if it's obvious that a female member of staff is taking an interest in one of the lads, you tell your boy to go for it. Like, listen, take one for the team. If she's going to start bringing drugs in, or if we can get her on video, right, to manipulate her, to blackmail her, right, to bring in drugs and contraband, yeah, fucking all go for it and stuff. Like I say, prison supply and demand, yeah. And like I say, to get by, you have to go by, yeah. So you have to do it. You have to fucking, yeah. If you have to take one for the team, you take one for the team. Luckily enough, while I was in prison, I never had such a situation put upon me. But yeah, one of my boys that when I was first time in Forest Bank, yeah, back in the day, right. One of the boys I was padded up with, check this out, no bullshit, yeah, serious, true story, right? One of my boys that I was padded up with, right, it's my first time, right? I've been in strange ways, right, and I've been fucking security moved to Forest Bank, right. I wasn't having issues or anything. My Cody landed at the prison. My Cody was very, very well known in Manchester, and then they shipped me, right? Simple as that. Like I said, me and my Cody were on the same wing. We were sweet, we was boys. But like I say, we ended up, so anyway, I got shipped to Forest Bank, right? So I landed at the prison, right? And they was processing me and stuff. And there's these two kids in this left-hand room. Now, like I said in previous videos, I was on this fucking documentary on crime here in Manchester and stuff like that. And one of the kids, there was 2 kids in this like holding cell, and one of them recognised me, right? I didn't know him, but he knew my face, right? So I got processed, and then I ended up in this room with these 2 kids, right? And he was like, sweet, and he was like chatting to me and all that. I said, look, I've just been shitting from the ways as it's known strange ways. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. There was this other kid that was a bit quiet, right? Anyway, when them 2 got taken onto the wing, and then I got caught in a freeze, yeah. Freeze is where no one can move in the prison. So I ended up on a wing like an hour or so later, half an hour, 45 minutes later. I gets on the wing, and then the kid that I was in the booth with, yeah, in the holding cell, he was like, oh, come here. He said, the lifer wants to be padded up with you. I said, the lifer? He said, that other kid that was with us, right? So he was obviously he'd been done for murder, right? He was a murderer. Not him, the kid, the other, like I said, there was 2 in the room, right? So the next minute, right, one of the lads had jumped up on the bars. I didn't even know this. I just stepped onto the wing, right? Fuck, So yeah, so they stuck me in some cell with a smackhead. I said, listen, I ain't staying in here. Yeah, man, get me the fuck out. So he said, right, you want to go in with Holmes, yeah? Right. So I said, right. So I ended up, he asked to be padded up with me, right? He was like, I was one of the biggest lads on the wing and stuff, right? 6'4", 20 stone, yeah. Right. I'm a big lad. But like I say, that doesn't stand for shit in prison. Like I say, I don't think I'm a big man or anything. It's just, and he asked to be padded up with me. I didn't even know the kid, so I thought, that's a bit strange. So I ended up padded up with him. Sweet kid, got on with him well. He was in for killing his dad with an hammer. Or as he called it, a nasty DIY accident, right? He fucked his dad up beyond any recognition, right? But his dad was trying to nonce his sister. So, yeah, retribution and stuff. His dad deserved to die, right? Simple as that, right? And now become a Buddhist and all this stuff, right? And blah, 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 right? Check this, serious, like, anyway, like I said, I've got to the point though, right? Check this out. There's a fit female screw, right? But we was all like thinking like, oh, she's a good looking girl, right? She was slim, petite, nice ass, great tits, all the good stuff, right? Like I say, when you don't see much, like you get ugly female screws and you've got decent female screws, depending on your standards and stuff. Like I say, your standards will drop in prison. You know what I mean? So anyway, right, he was on the bog having a shit, right? No airs, no graces, guys. It is what it is. He was on the bog having a shit, right? And we both like this fucking screw. The female screw popped the door, and he was on a bog, right? Oh, mate, his head fell off, mate. Right, his head fell off, mate. He's fucking, your head falling off means when you're like embarrassed and you just want to die of embarrassment, right? And she come in, and then she shut the door dead quick, and he was, oh, fucking hell, he was embarrassed beyond belief. He'd been in prison 6-7 years, right? He was only 25, and I think he was like 19 when he got sentenced, 18, 19, yeah, right? So that was that. Anyway, right, eventually, because I was on remand, yeah, on a witness intimidation. He was doing a 23-year stretch before he was eligible for parole and stuff, yeah. Top lad, loving to bits, right? I ended up getting out on a bail app, right? Just got a canteen that morning, big fat canteen, yeah. £47.50 canteen, big hefty thing. Left it to him because obviously you leave things behind in prison, so because the lads have got nothing, so you always leave your stuff behind. I gets out, yeah. I give him my phone number for my landline and that. I gets out, bam, he's on the phone, right? He's like, he got a then he ended up getting a blower, right, mobile, right? He's like, it's your door, I'm seeing her. I said, fuck off, right? I then found the screw on Facebook, right? She was a lesbian, mate, right? Married in a lesbian relationship, right? And he ended up fucking getting with her, mate. Serious, no bullshit, right? And you know what the weird thing is, right? God's honest truth, yeah? She then ended up quitting working for Sodexo Justice Services, straight up, no bullshit, right? I was talking to some of the decent screws on my last stretch about this female screw, right? We don't do names, right? But yeah, and I said she was a lesbian. He said, yep. Said she was married to a female. Yep. Because the Facebook profile picture was with her and a lesbian with a wife cutting the fucking cake on the day of the wedding day, right? He ended up seeing her, and they was having like, she was like any like just sexual like sort of thing. She'd get her tits out and stuff, and like fucking like he'd have a grope and stuff. She'd walk in the pad, and they'd put the door to, and they'd have a quick grope and a fondle and all that sort of stuff. But do you know what the weird thing was? He'd actually been shipped to Forest Bank from Garth for doing the same fucking thing. He was a good looking lad, I suppose you could say, right? And he was banging a fucking female screw, right? Actually fucking her, right? At fucking Garth prison, right? Which has just been written off by the Inspector of Prisons, right? In the last few days, right? But I thought it was a bit far fetched. I thought, nah, fuck off, right? I thought, because when he told me about he got shipped from Garth for banging a screw, I thought, nah. But one of the South African kids, yeah, Solback, right, who was with him, right, that was his nickname, right, said, brother, he used to walk into the bed and I could smell the fucking sex. Yes, he could smell it, right? And I thought, wow, so serious. So it goes on, right? And I was like, fucking hell. And anyway, so like I say, this lesbian ended up fucking finishing with a missus, right? Quitting her job. She works now in cash in transit, I believe. And she's now with my boy. Now, he was up on what you call AVs, yeah, accumulated visits, right? That means where you've not had a visit for ages and stuff. And then they brought him back to the area because he was down in near Stoke, right? Nottingham, right? So they brought him back up on these accumulated visits, that way he could have a visit every day. Then they sent him back, yeah, to the Grange, yeah, right, prison. And when you're at the Grange, yeah, near Nottingham on a visit, right, you can actually have a picture with your loved ones, right? Because I had him on Facebook and stuff, right? Because he was on Facebook because he had a blower and everything, blah, 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 right? He ended up posting a picture of her and him and sent me the picture, and it was her, and I was like, what the fuck, mate? So like I say, there's many reasons why people do it. He ended up falling in love with the guys, right? And like I say, he's a top lad, and I wish him both all the happiness in the world, right? But how mad is that for the story within the prison system, right? Like I say, it shouldn't happen, right? Obviously, as cons, right, we don't give a fuck, right? Pussy's pussy, boys, yeah, man, right? But sorry to put it like blatantly, girls like that, but it is what it is, right? So that was a bit crazy. But like I say, he was a good kid and stuff. Obviously, from prison officers, they frown upon it and stuff. And if she would have got caught out, she would have been fucked over. Yeah, they would have sacked her on the spot. But she actually changed her job to cash in transit, right? And that was that. But she's actually with my boy, and that's it. And then he's since been shipped again to another prison, and it's evading me at this time. But yeah, he got shipped to another prison. So that was that. Yeah, guys. But like I say, there's many reasons why sometimes there is a mutual attraction between the female screw and the con, right? Girls love a bad boy, right? Not all girls, it's not for everybody, but a lot of girls like bad boys. They like a bit of rough, don't they? A little bit of an outlaw and stuff. Don't give a fuck, right? They like all that because good guys, yeah, are no fun, right? There's a saying, isn't there? Good guys are no fun. Bad boys are no good, right? Blah, 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 right? But girls love a bad boy, right? So there is, right, when you're in a close environment like that, of course there's going to be sexual tension and stuff like that, of course, right? So, like I say, but then you've got lads where the female screw might fancy the lad will flirt with her, right? Then he's got her on side then, and then she can start bringing drugs in, right? And at first they resist. Some of them say no out and out, but then as time goes on, the urges get the better of them, and they end up bringing drugs in and stuff for the prisoners and stuff. And that's not just certain prison, that's just the whole of the prison system, guys. It's as simple as that. Like I say, it's prison, and like I say, you've got all these lads pent up and stuff. Of course they're going to have sexual attraction and sexual tension towards female staff, of course. And female staff, when you're in close proximity and you're working with the lads all the time, of course they're going to take an interest in the lads. And like I say, some lads genuinely like the female screw or nurse. If not, they're using that female nurse or screw to bring stuff in for them. And then if they say no, they've got them on record, on the video, on the phone, right? And then they can manipulate them, and not for sex or anything. I mean, like to bring stuff in, blackmail them. Like I say, because then if that video ended up in the hands of the governor. The governor would then be duty bound to hand it to the police. That person could then be getting in trouble, the female screw or nurse, for supplying HMP, right, for bringing drugs into a prison, which is not allowed, but obviously it's rife everywhere. So yeah, so there would have been serious consequences. So then what's your alternative? You've got to you do it, or that's it. You don't, like I say, you could hand that tape over. I don't think the cons would hand the tape over, but like I say, just the threat of it carries on bringing the drugs in, bringing the mobile phones in, and everything else, guys. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, this is just another vlog, another video. Right, guys, speak to you all soon. Bye.